Excited to talk about mixtape.
The most controversial game of all time, apparently.
Seriously. I mean, I finished it.
Yeah, it's like what, like 3 to 4 hours?
2.5
2.5 hours
for me.
Yeah, it's like perfect for something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely did not overstay its welcome.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get this tweeted out. Star Fox. All right. Tweeted.
All right.
When does Yoshi come out next week?
Does it?
May 21st. Yeah, next Thursday.
Jeez. So we should be getting no, it'll probably be next week, right? When we get previews.
Yeah, next Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't know. It previewed pretty well. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 309. My name is Harrison. I'm joined by my brother Nick, as always. Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy. It's a great Monday.
It's good. It's a good Monday.
It's a good one.
A little cold.
A little nipply.
Yeah, I went to cut my grass and I had to throw on like a long sleeve shirt while I was cutting it. It's a little bit risky. But that's North Carolina weather for you. Like it's gonna be 80, I think, or almost 90, I think, on Saturday. So like it's gonna be.
Geez. Okay.
Yeah.
For the Palooza is gonna be.
I think it's supposed to be. Yeah, 86 is the high. So yeah. So, but it'll be fine with all the trees and stuff. Our parents throw like an annual, like, party at their house where they have like a band or a singer every time and food at a food trucks, and it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a full live band this time.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear how they sound.
Yeah.
Whenever they come up, I've never seen this band before live. I think I've seen them a couple times.
Should be fun though.
Oh yeah, it'll be a good time. But Nick, before we dive into what we've been playing, because you have played and finished Mixtape, one of the controversial games this year for whatever reason.
Controversy of the week.
I missed out on what the controversy was, and I still don't really know what it is. Like
I'll explain to you.
I was, I was hanging out with my wife on Friday, and I just happened to open up Twitter, and everybody's going nuts about Mixtape, and I don't know.
I'll dive.
Yeah, give me the deets. But Nick, before we do that, how was your week?
Week was great. Yeah, awesome week. Mother's Day this weekend or last weekend, so me and my wife just kind of hung out around the house, didn't do too much. I mean, we had like I got cleaners to come out on Saturday and clean the house. They did a not a great job. We ended up
What did they not do?
like it was just one person.
Okay.
She vacuumed everywhere, but then when I looked around, there was still like stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
And then she mopped the floors. But
Then you're just mopping around dirt.
Right.
Stuff.
And after she left, like we were walking around barefoot and it was like sticky. And it was like there was a layer of soap scum on the ground. So we remopped the whole house.
Jeez.
Just like with water. And then for some reason she just like moved stuff around, almost like rearranged.
Yeah.
The kitchen table and like my dog's like eating area. She like kind of switched things up and moved random things around.
Weird.
Like, it's almost like she wanted to create the illusion that she did something. And like she was cleaning, like she dusted and took trash out and obviously vacuumed and mopped. But
where did you find, like, was it like on a cleaning app or just?
It was just on the internet, like on Google. We found a company that offers maid services and called Mary Maids. I don't want to disparage the company because it was just one person, but it's just weird.
Yeah, that is odd. Yeah, especially just
it's like
having to go back and clean up behind the cleaner. Like,
and the thing is, like, we cleaned before she came too.
Yeah,
because we obviously had to clean off the surfaces and stuff, and things had to be generally tidy.
Yeah,
in order to allow her to clean, but so he cleaned 2 separate times. But it was fine. Like at the end of the day, the house is cleaner. That's what matters. It's just
whether you did it or not.
Whether we did it or not.
It doesn't matter.
It's wasted money or not. But the weekend was good. Yeah, just chilled out and hung out with my wife and son.
Yeah, first Mother's Day. Yeah.
I think she enjoyed it. It was good. Good weekend. How about you?
Yeah. Not as good. I texted you earlier about it, but we had one of our we have 8 ducks, and one of them passed away, but we're not entirely sure what happened. We kind of noticed that she was being a little bit like secluded, like she was secluding herself, like back where they sleep. And at first we thought maybe it's this thing called bumblefoot, and some of our ducks have gotten it before, but basically it's kind of like a blister that pops up on their foot, and you have to clean it out, make sure there's no like hardened, like, I don't know, whatever in there. And then you wrap it up. We put like a little honey like medication on there, wrap it up for a day or 2, and they're usually good. And we brought her in. We let her soak in the bathtub, and then my wife thought she saw like maybe a spot on there, so went ahead and just wrapped it up, and then we put her in one of the like a big tub, like a like a clear tub where you store whatever.
Yeah.
So we had her sitting in there in the shavings, and gave her like some niacin water, which is like little drops they put in the water that makes it gets some like nutrients and stuff like that. So we usually do that about once a month in general, but we gave her some more that night. And then we just started noticing that she was just not acting right. It was about an hour later that she ultimately. So yeah, that was that was brutal. So I had to go out, and it was raining like crazy, so I had to go out and dig a hole, and then got her in there. But yeah, seemingly we're not really sure what happened. Brittany looked it up, and we were kind of looking at before while she was in the bath, that maybe she ingested like a piece of metal or a bolt or something. And they've dug up a bunch of stuff in our yard. Like there was a little toy army men that they found out of nowhere. Like Kelton's never had army men, and I don't have any. I haven't had any since I was a kid. So they dug it up somewhere in the yard. So it's possible that I mean, they eat stuff. I mean, they basically what they do is they'll like we have like oyster shells and stuff like that where they'll use that and they'll store it in their gizzard, which helps them grind up food. So that's something that she could have potentially thought that it was, and then she swallowed it, and then once it stayed in there long enough, it got to our bloodstream, and then she basically died of metal poisoning. But
that's sad.
Yeah, it is. But like I said, I mean, I'm glad that we brought her inside, and we were around when she passed. But
how did the kids take it?
Not great. We were all crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal, but yeah, glad we didn't just find her like in the yard, or the next day. So that was a good thing. And then like the other white duck that we have, her wing is messed up to where we think she maybe just hurt it, but it was like, okay, all right, we're gonna need y'all to chill out on whatever y'all are doing.
I wonder if should you take a metal detector out to the yard or something? And
Brittany thought about that, but like, yeah, I mean, I guess we could do that because those things go relatively deep, even if you get like a cheaper one. Yeah, we might do that because I mean, who knows? I mean,
who knows what's in there? Like, who knows what's been buried there for years?
We built stuff back there, so like it could have been anything. We're really not sure.
Yeah, like you said, it could have been a bolt.
Yeah, so we might end up doing that because Brittany did say that. She was like, well, maybe we need to just take a metal detector out there, and I was like, all right, yeah. But we'll probably end up doing that. Because we should be able to, like, everything is we're starting to grow back grass now, but yeah, it's pretty much just dirt at the moment. But yeah, still stuck nonetheless.
That's brutal. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yep. But yeah, other than that, after that happened, the rest of the week was good because it was my wife's birthday. It was also Mother's Day, so just kind of a crazy week, and it was Kellen's birthday the previous weekend. So this the beginning of May is always like pretty crazy for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was dealing with that, and then trying to get everything ready for her birthday and Mother's Day and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, we ended up going on Saturday. We ended up going to a baseball game, and I haven't been to a baseball game in, I don't know, 20 years maybe. It's been since I was a kid. Had an absolute blast. It was so much fun.
I feel like it's more fun as an adult than it was as a kid.
Yeah, and like I don't. Again, this is the first baseball game I've been to in a long time, but we walked in. It's connected to like this basically like a food court like building. So they have a ton of different food. Chicken, burgers, sushi, barbecue, and then you walk into the stadium, and they have like a jungle gym for kids to play on. So like, they can play on that while the game's being watched. They have a ton of seats everywhere. Yeah, it's really nice. Full bar. Of course, we all had to get hot dogs, so that's like the classic.
I was gonna ask if you got a glizzy,
dude. Oh, I got a glizzy, man. I got a glizzy. I got jalapenos, chili, little queso on top of it. It was
Jesus.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Queso, that's nuts.
Yeah, I've never had queso on a hot dog before, but I just ordered it as is, and then I put like ketchup and mustard on there too. But yeah, it was delicious.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Then had a couple beers, and then after that we went to like a little right across the street from there was this little like barcade that it's been open for a little bit now, but we went in there and played some games and stuff like that. And then
nice.
I think we did like one bar after that, and then we went back to the house. But yeah, it was a great time. It was a good time. And then Mother's Day, we just went over to Mom and Dad's house and ate some breakfast or brunch, and then came back to the house and just kind of chilled.
Nice.
So it was good. Watched Predator Badlands for the first time yesterday.
Was it good?
Dude, yes. It is a fantastic movie.
Alrighty.
Probably outside of the original Predator, probably my favorite.
Did you watch Prey?
Prey was very good. I did forget about Prey. Yes, Prey is excellent as well. Yes.
Would you put this over Prey?
Oh man, I don't. Or so if you look, yeah, I think it's different because if you look at like Prey versus this one, like that one is a Predator movie. Like you have your main character that is trying to survive the Predator. And this one, you are like the Predator is the main character.
Which is pretty cool.
Which is really, really awesome. Yeah, it's super cool. And then it's like it's funny, like he ends up getting like partners and stuff. It's good. It's really
because
he
partners with like that android.
The android, yeah.
It doesn't have any legs.
Yes, yeah. Which I was wondering how they why they were also there, and then you quickly find out that they're trying to get the same like creature, because that's what they do in the Predator. Like in order for them to become part of like the Yautja clan, they have to go on their first hunt and kill and bring back the trophy, which is usually like the head or whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, excellent movie, really, really good.
Breaking news, real quick.
Oh man,
the Monero's Construct amiibo.
Okay. Oh yeah.
It's coming out September 17th.
Wow.
And there's a picture of it. This is via Nintendo Today.
The thing's huge, isn't it? Jeez.
That's pretty big. You can tap it while playing Tears of the Kingdom to receive items to help you on your adventure. You also receive a special fabric for Link's paraglider. Okay, cool.
Super random.
Well, it's the 3-year anniversary of Tears.
Okay. God, it's crazy that game came out 3 years ago.
I know. I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah, looks awesome.
But depending on how much it is, I can see this being a $40 amiibo.
Yeah,
looks pretty intricate.
Yeah, because it's got it's got posable like limbs, so
yeah,
it's probably similar to the Guardian amiibo that they have already. Yeah, looks sick.
Yeah, looks cool.
Sweet. I love some good breaking news on a Monday.
On Monday.
Usually it's just the music app.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah. We'll talk about it here in a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like we might get like one main direct a year from going forward. I don't know. Maybe 2.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
All right, Nick. Well, let's talk about what we've been playing. You want to just start out with mixtape?
Start with mixtape.
Hell yeah.
I have some thoughts. So I don't know how much you know about mixtape, or if you've like seen trailers for it.
Yeah, I've seen trailers. I know it's like a 90s inspired, like coming of age, kind of game. Yeah.
Yeah. So story of three friends in high school that are about to have their last night before they essentially separate and go their separate ways. The main character, Stacey Rockford, I think is her name. She's like really into music, wears headphones all the time, makes all these playlists and gives them to her friend. Like, spends a lot of her time trying to curate the perfect playlist for the perfect moment. Like, like this moment needs this song, et cetera, et cetera. So
where does this take place?
Where?
Yeah, or is it like fictional, like town?
It's fictional. It feels like a Seattle, West Coast situation.
West Coast, okay.
Yeah, it feels like West Coast. Okay. But like the premise of the game is she's trying to create the perfect playlist for how this night is going to go. So between songs, you'll have like story beats or whatever, and then once you get to a song, the character will kind of chime in and say, "This is so and so by The Strokes," or whatever.
Yeah.
And then gives like a little bit of tidbit information about the album, and then the music plays, and then that kind of coalesces with some sort of gameplay element-esque thing. Like you're skateboarding down a hill and you can do a bunch of tricks, or you're running through a field and then you start floating through the field. It's like a lot of cinematic stuff.
Yeah.
That occurs, and
like daydream like sequences.
Right. Yeah. Kind of daydream and like embellished moments of like, oh, like we were running from the cops and we got in this shopping cart, and when, we were chased by 50 cops down a hill, and like all this stuff, like the stuff that, doesn't actually happen, but you think it happens in your minds, right? When you're a teenager, and like every moment is every moment is either the best or worst moment of your life when you're a teenager. And I think it captures that essence very well of like the dramaticism of being a teenager.
Yeah.
And like, it's a really great experience.
Right.
Right. Like it feels fully realized in what they were trying to do. I have two gripes with it. The first one is it's not really a great game. Like the gameplay elements that exist within the game are not fully fleshed out and are not really pivotal to the story at all. Like, and maybe I'm not explaining this right, but with a game like Gris, I don't know if you played that one, but
I haven't played that one now.
But it's kind of like it's a 2D game, but it also, and it's kind of like atmospheric as well, and you know, it doesn't have a lot of gameplay elements to it, but there are puzzle elements that really tie into the story and kind of like fully realize that vision. Whereas this one feels like it could have been either a TV show or a movie, and that would have been a better medium. But for some reason, it exists within a game format. So, like, for that reason, I don't think it's an awesome video game. I just think it's an awesome experience.
Right.
And maybe that doesn't matter to a lot. And obviously it doesn't, because like this game's getting 10 out of 10s across the board pretty much. But for me, I'm like, okay, I would have liked a more compelling gameplay part to it.
Yeah.
More compelling gameplay throughout the experience. And the second part is I even though it's a 90s centric game, and it's supposed to kind of draw that nostalgia from you, I did not have that connection to it, because this feels like more so for people who grew up in the 90s, and I was born in the 90s, but I really grew up in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So like the music I listened to when I was growing up, like the Linkin Parks and the Green Days and the Blink-182s, like that is very much different than the music that was portrayed in this game, which is like kind of like late 80s, early 90s, like really, really early 90s music.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of the personality of the three characters, I didn't really resonate with that much. And like, it's not a bad thing. Like, you don't have to resonate with every game you play.
Yeah.
But this game feels like it wants you to be nostalgic. It's I don't want to say like nostalgia slop, because that's not what it is, but like it's trying to evoke that reaction from you. And like,
it sounds like this game is more, like you said, meant for someone who was born in the 80s and then their childhood was in the 90s. Like I do want to play this, and I was born, a few years before you, but
your core
the 2000s were really like where, once we moved to the High Point area, like that's where we grew up, essentially, or did. So yeah, I do want to play this, and but I do understand that like it's not gonna be for everybody. If you're not enjoying the story, or if you're not, you're not a 90s or early 80s kid or whatever the case is, it's just not gonna hit the same. And if you don't resonate with any of the characters and that time period, then maybe just avoid the game. I don't know. I see, like you said, there's a lot of controversy about this game, and maybe your gripes with it are people are like, multiplying it by magnitudes and just wanting to bitch about something just to bitch about it. But what are like the issues that people are having other than what you mentioned?
I think the main issue that's kind of surfacing on Twitter is the lack of fail states.
Okay.
Basically meaning like you can't fail in this game. And I think there's a lot of context missing there. And the main context being when you're in those like track moments, like here's track 3, blah, 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 blah. And then you get into this gameplay moment.
Yeah.
You want the music to keep playing, and the game is built to match gameplay or match moments to music one for one, right?
Yeah.
So if you get a fail state and you have to revert back, it's going to throw off the flow. Whereas you're going to have to restart music from a certain spot. So how they get around this is, sorry, my dog's snacks. Just lay down. Sorry, she's digging. So how they get around this is like they will have, for instance, there's like a kind of a chase sequence where you're running kind of like in a 2D plane running through a bunch of different scenes, right?
Yeah.
And you can choose to like catapult over you can choose like catapult over barriers and jump over stuff.
Yeah.
But if you don't press the button prompt, or if you don't press A to jump, she'll just kind of like stumble into it. And like it doesn't look as cool. So you're
okay, yeah.
So it's not a fail state, but it's a flow.
I don't know if this is the correct comparison or not, but what you're describing is how I feel in chase sequences in like almost any video game, especially something like Uncharted, where you're sliding down a building or something, and then you miss the jump, and then you're like, and then you got to restart it, and it doesn't restart you from the entire beginning of that chase sequence. It starts you like in the middle, and it kind of ruins the flow, and it ruins the coolness of that set piece. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about, while you're describing this. So I can. Yeah, I mean, I can understand, and I'm sure if I play it, it'll make more sense as well. But so that's kind of what I'm thinking about when you're saying that.
Yeah, so that's a good point. Like it does flow really well, not having fail states. Like it doesn't yank you out of the experience, because again, like not only is this game trying to evoke nostalgia, but it's trying to evoke emotion as well, and it does that through the music. And like if you're halfway through a sequence and you have to restart it, that completely ruins.
So they probably should have just made it so you can't fail.
And they did.
Oh, that's what people are complaining about?
They're complaining that there's no fail states.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're basically saying the game plays itself.
Okay. So there's no way to fail. So it doesn't mess up the music.
It doesn't mess up the music. It just keeps going.
So
this is
okay. So I guess I misunderstood. I thought there was a fail state, and you could like you had like okay. So people are complaining that there isn't. Well, that's just not what this type of game is. This game isn't.
It's not a skill-based game.
Yeah, it's not a skill-based. It's not a platformer. It's not. It's a game telling a story, and you just happen to play. It's kind of like Dispatch in a way. Like you're not really doing much in Dispatch. You're more. If you're there for the gameplay of Dispatch, then you might be there for the wrong reasons, because the gameplay isn't super compelling, and the quick time events, while essentially the show was happening, isn't super compelling. But it's the story. It's the characters that keep you coming back. So I don't believe these people. I think they're lying. I genuinely think that they are lying, and they're grifting to grift, because
I mean
that's an insane thing to bitch about in a game that you're here for the story. And yes, are you mostly not playing the game, quote unquote? Sure. But you're here because you want to feel that nostalgia.
Yeah, and you're here for the cool moments that happen that aren't necessarily related to the gameplay, but just related to the cinematics themselves and how compelling they are. Like, yeah, I guess what I've been trying to say the whole time is like, this game is not for everybody.
Yeah,
and not everyone is going to resonate with this. And like I'm 100% a gameplay first person. That's what I look for in a video game. But every now and then, this kind of experience is really great.
Yeah, it's a game. Really it's a way to tell a story without it just being a TV show. Like it probably would have been a great TV show on its own, but when you throw in when you trinkle in a little bit of gameplay, like it makes it makes it like you're part of the experience versus just watching it. And I know not everyone likes that, and people don't like quick time events. Not saying that it's purely a quick time event game, but
there's no quick time events.
Yeah, but games like that are like that, where you're not really playing them. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like this is. I feel from what I gathered on social media is that people are saying that this game is like an industry plant, and it's the same thing with Expedition 33 last year. They're saying that this is like the Game Awards game to everyone's going to vote on. It's going to win Game of the Year or whatever the case is, or win a ton of awards, and it's an industry plant type of game, which is bullshit and stupid too.
Yeah. What people were trying to point to is Annapurna, which is the publisher of this game.
Yeah.
They're owned by the daughter of a billionaire that works at Oracle.
Okay.
So you could make the argument that it's not an indie game, even though it was made by an indie developer, but then published by a.
It's the same thing with like Dave the Diver, where it was like an independent developer, but it was published by.
Yeah, because that was made by Megacrit, but published by. I can't remember.
Yeah,
they were published, but it was a large publisher.
I mean, and I get yes, sure, you could make the argument, but who gives a fuck? like truly, who actually cares?
And like I don't know what the angle is, because it's not like, oh, this is like a DEI game, right? Like this is like a woke game, because it's
Nexon, I think is
Nexon, yeah,
for Dave Diver, yeah.
It's like I don't know what the angle is for this, other than just hating on it because there's not challenge to it, which there's not challenge to a lot of games.
Yeah,
like Dispatch.
I think it's grifters are gonna grift, and they're grifting now, and then whenever the Game Awards releases their list and it makes it on some sort of award, they're gonna grift again, and it's just an endless cycle of trying to make money on the internet. Because bitching about stuff sells, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell these people anymore. It's like, if you truly don't enjoy the game because you I don't know, you just weren't paying attention to what this game is, then that's on you, I think.
Yeah. I mean, this game has a great story. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a 10 out of 10, but
no,
I think it's worth your time.
Yeah,
for sure. I think it's a really great.
I mean, it's what, $20?
Yeah, I think it's on sale for 17.
Yeah,
like
Did you play it on the Switch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's on Game Pass too. So like it's there.
Oh, yeah, it's on Game Pass.
It's there if you prefer to play it there and don't want to pay money, I guess. But yeah, I do want. I don't know if I'm going to play it this week or when, but I do want to play it to experience that, and just to see, like, if the nostalgia hits me at all. And we grew up on the East Coast, and I don't know how much like different.
It's just the voices are like, "Sod, dude, let's like go. Let's get out of here, man." It's kind of like that's
okay. So it's like the stoner, like teenage.
Yeah, definitely like the stoner.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kind of Rise Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Type.
Like alt rock stuff. Like, yeah, I got
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that kind of archetype.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do want to play it. So, but yeah, I like, again, I was just on Twitter Friday, like around like 10. I just saw it. I'm just like, what are we like? Why are we complaining about this? Like, yeah, what happened? Is there? I'm thinking like there's like some racist character or something in there that people didn't like, or something dumb like that. But no, it's just people didn't like it because it's not hard enough.
It kind of no.
Get out of here.
Not to harp on this too much, but it kind of started when there was a clip of there's this like 10-second moment in the game where it's a flashback to the main character's first kiss, and they go in for the kiss, and then it shows like a really close up of their tongues in their mouths, and you control both tongues, so you kind of like intertwine them and stuff.
That's kind of funny though. Like,
yeah, it's pretty funny. But then people are like, oh, what is this game? Like, why?
Because I don't know.
Is this the whole game?
I don't know if and see like that. Now that you say that, and it's funny, it's like the first time you ever kiss somebody and you use your tongue, like you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Right. So
it's just kind of like all over the, So that's perfect. Like that's like,
yeah.
You know what? I don't know. Maybe they never kiss somebody. They don't know because they're
You know what? That could be the case for a lot of people complaining.
They're basement dwellers and they grift.
And maybe there's nothing to be nostalgic for because they didn't do anything growing up.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. We'll move on. I feel like we're starting to get into the mean. We're gonna start being mean to people. All right. Let's see. I played a little bit more Final Fantasy Rebirth. I'm about 3.5 hours, 3:45 in the game. Loving it. It's one of those games you throw on a podcast and you just go through the environment and just find stuff. I'm having a really great time. I don't think I've even I think about the quest to find the chocobo and get it for the first time. I don't think I can actually ride one yet though, but I'm pretty close if I haven't unlocked it already.
How's it looking?
It's not bad. I mean, there's definitely a lot of pop in.
Kind of blurry.
It's a little what was that?
Is it blurry?
See, and I didn't really experience that when I played Pragmata. Like
It's mainly handheld.
I haven't played handheld.
Okay.
Maybe I'll try it out, but yeah, from what I was playing on the TV now, it seems perfectly fine to me. But yeah, it's definitely not as pretty as obviously the PlayStation 5 and stuff like that. But I think it looks just fine.
Nice.
But so yeah, excited for that next month when that comes out. Nick, tell me about Star Fox 64.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll talk about it here soon, but Star Fox remake or Star Fox 64 remake was announced last week. So I was like, let me dive in to the original Star Fox 64. I'd never played it before. Maybe I had touched it once or twice, but had never fully gone through. So dove in, played through I guess the base path, the main path that you would go through on your first time playing through the game. Loved it. A lot of fun. I was finicky with the controls at first because by default it's inverted. It's down is up, down. But through the control mapping, I was able to map up to up and down and down. And after that, it felt a lot better to play. And then play through the main story. I think it was maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
Had a ton of fun with it. All the worlds were really fun to play through. And then I got to use the Landmaster, which is the tank type thing. That was really fun. And then I played through it.
That's funny. I thought that was new in the remake.
No. It was really fun to play through this after seeing the trailer for the new one a couple of times, because I would see bosses and areas and be like, oh, I saw that from the remake trailer. I saw that boss. So yeah, I played through the main story, and then I played through the other main route where and they showed this in the trailer, but when you're flying through Corneria, you take the waterfall path, and then that kind of takes you to a series of separate worlds and separate areas to go through.
Yeah.
So I did that, and that takes you to the world with the underwater ship that they showed in the trailer. So I got to use that. That was really fun. So yeah, it was just really fun playing it after seeing that remake trailer, because it made me more excited to play this via the remake. Because
I'm excited for it.
The gameplay is great in 64, but it obviously needs a fresh coat of paint.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited. I want to go back and play through this game.
Did you ever play Star Fox 64, the 3DS version? Or DS
I got it
version?
for Christmas one year, and I played maybe an hour's worth.
Okay.
I definitely didn't finish it, and I don't remember it that much, and I think I sold it.
Update on the Minoru amiibo. It's priced at 4,890 yen, so that equates to about $31.05 in USD.
Okay.
So probably either 35 or they may even bump it up to 40. Who knows? I would say 40 is probably.
I think it's gonna be 30.
You think so?
Yeah. I think Nintendo is on their new pricing structure, and they know that their amiibo did not do well.
I mean, you look at the Street Fighter amiibo are still $5. across various retailers. So yeah, we'll talk about it here in a little bit. But yeah, I think we're gonna see a pivot with Nintendo.
I think we're seeing it. I think we're
already seeing it with Yoshi.
Yeah.
So
sorry, I'm plugging in my laptop. So yeah, I played through 64, and then I'm currently playing through Star Fox SNES.
Sweet.
And that's been a ton of fun. Really, really old. It's super old. Like it runs at like 10 frames a second. But
really, okay.
But that's just like the nature of the SNES, like playing a 3D game on the SNES.
True.
But it's like, it's cool seeing like what they were able to do with the SNES.
Yeah.
Freaking 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Yeah, it's cool seeing like what they were able to do. So I'm almost done with that, and I might do another playthrough trying to do another route.
Sweet.
One second, I'm gonna actually plug this in.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm excited for Star Fox. I think it. We'll talk about that in a second, but yeah, I'm excited for it. Looks cool.
All right, we're good.
Sweet. All right.
Should we talk about
yeah, so we'll just throw it in with the news, but yeah, Capcom launched the Resident Evil Leon Must Die Forever mode. I think it came out on Thursday or Friday of last week.
Mm-hmm.
It is a roguelite mode where you play as Leon. It's kind of like, I guess, Ethan Must Die a little bit, maybe from
no, it doesn't really feel like it.
Maybe I'm misremembering what Ethan Must Die was.
I mean, well, maybe.
But anyways, you basically just you take sections of the levels from Resident Evil 9, and you go through, and there's like multiple. Is there multipliers? No, there's not multipliers, but there's like whenever you kill an enemy, like you'll level up, and then you use that to gain some sort of random perk out of 3, and it's anywhere from like a 60% boost to like melee weapons, and then a 40 or within like 10 feet of defeating an enemy.
Yeah.
And then, but if you're over 10 feet, then you lose 40% damage. So there's a bunch of different like variations. Variations you can do with that stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I'm not a huge roguelike person at all. But when you strap it into to Resident Evil, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, you go through like these like small segments from Leon's campaign, and then usually every area you go to, like first you start out like in the main street, and it kind of does like the same, like all the story beats still happen, like they still have the same dialogue
sliced together.
it's very sliced together. And then I think most areas, there's a couple, I think there's only one, but basically a red door pops up, and I think they're almost there. I don't think there's anything that necessarily triggers them to show up. They're just always there, so you can technically run through the door immediately if you want to, but then you won't have, you may not have your perks, you may not have guns, because you usually just spawn with one gun, and then you can find it randomly from either enemies or bigger enemies. And then you go through the red door, and it's a quick loading screen, and then you're into the next section and going on all the way up until you fight the final boss, Victor. But yeah, I've done one complete run with and killed Victor, and then I'm on rank 2 now, and I haven't gotten past that yet. But I haven't played since Friday, so I haven't done a ton. But yeah, I like this mode a lot, and it's a free mode, and it's not like incredibly deep, but like it's for something that's free. I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah, I've put in maybe an hour or 2 into this.
Yeah.
I've not defeated Victor, so I need some. I got to the very end, and I was like parrying the hell out of this guy.
Yeah.
I could have beaten him if I had any ammo left, but I had just run out of ammo and all my guns, and I was trying to like cycle through some of the upgrades because I had like 800 points that I could use, so I could just keep cycling through just to see if there's anything I could use, and I couldn't, and I had him so low, and I probably spent like 10 to 15 minutes on this final fight alone. I was like, dude, like, I kind of wish there was a way to stay in the fight after you run out of ammo.
Yeah, there's just not.
Well, there's just not. So
because I don't think there's any perks that you can get that
refill your ammo.
Refills your ammo. Like you can refill your hatchet.
There should be. There really should be something for ammo.
Yeah,
because Victor is just a bullet sponge.
Yeah, essentially, like, a lot.
Yeah. You really need like 2 3-star weapons.
Yeah, I think I had a bunch of ammo when I went into him, and I had a few grenades. So whenever you popped his arm, blisters, and then like all the ones show up like on his chest, I just threw a grenade, took them all out, and then repeated the process, do another grenade, and then eventually get him to the low point where he grabs you, and then you go through the animation with Leon, and take his health down.
Wait, you can knock his arms off?
No, like after you do phase 1 with Victor and he changes into the Nemesis thing.
Oh, I haven't even gotten past phase 1.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, of course there's 2. Of course there's 2.
Well, yeah, it's the regular boss fight from the game.
Dang. Okay, I need to lock in then.
Yeah.
Oof.
And there's like perks too, like where depending on how, like, the more free space you have in your attache case, the more damage you do, and like it stacks. So if you get like repeat guns, or you start getting better guns, you drop the old guns and stuff like that. And then once you play through a couple times and do the challenges that they want you to do, you'll get CP that then you can go in and there's a rocket launcher you can unlock that you can pick up throughout the run, or this I haven't unlocked it, but it's like a flame hatchet where you attack enemies and it sets them on fire and does damage. And then we're kind of getting into like the Gooner territory a little bit, but for Leon. But after you beat rank 1, you unlock like this raccoon. Like he puts on like little raccoon ears and has like a raccoon tail, but it changes your starting gun. So like instead of like the pistol, you start with like a machine gun or something like that. Cool. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, a little bit into Gunner territory. I think they know too much. They know that people like Leon a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And I'm worried how that is going to shape the DLC or the story expansion. I wonder if they're going to continue to dangle the carrot of who's his love, who's his love interest, who's his wife.
Yeah, I don't know who is. I mean, we would assume Ada, but like maybe not.
Ashley, baby.
Yeah, because you don't think it would be Sherry? Because if it was Sherry, like they would have said something like or they should have said something during like their,
and they had
their
no
interaction.
Like. Also, she was like 10 when he found her in RE2.
How old was Ashley? I thought she was like 16 or something.
No, she was 21.
Oh, she was 21. Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe it should be Ashley.
But then like Ada is kind of she's the thread that's been following him or intertwined with him for every game.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited whenever they do the DLC. Like I just hope it's this year and not like next year, because that was like that's my biggest problem with like I think 8's DLC, because I think it was like a year and a half after that game came out,
and then it wasn't that long.
Either. It wasn't that long, and like once you play a game like and you play it multiple times through, and then you don't play it again for like a year or two, you kind of lose like that feel, and it almost feels like old at that point. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I think it'll release this year because Code Veronica is
next year.
Probably gonna be next year.
Yeah. And the Amiibo come out in July, so like I feel like that's, unless you're gonna be like Nintendo and just have Minoru come out for
no reason.
I mean, because she was announced with the other ones, right? With the other champions or the other.
Yeah, I think so.
So like I totally forgot that she was even coming out.
I know.
But yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I think this content is really cool. There's something here, and I don't know. I know people are upset You know, it's not Mercenaries, but I think it's cool. You know, it's something different.
I mean, we've had Mercenaries in 8
every game.
4 remake.
We've had it in a lot.
Yeah, we've had them in a lot.
So I don't know. It's cool. I would say check it out if you have this game. Again, it's free. But yeah. All right, Nick. Well, let's dive into the news of the week. We kind of already been talking about it a little bit, but Star Fox got. Okay, so let's back up. So obviously we're talking about Nate the Hate, right? And he kept saying it was going to happen in April. I think it's hilarious that Nintendo just like, you know what? We're going to wait 1 week, bro, just to throw you off your game. I love the way they announced it. Like I was cutting grass and you texted me and you're like, holy shit, Star Fox Direct. Then I looked and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then I jumped in a few minutes, a few minutes in, and then I went back and rewatched it. I love how they did it. I love that it wasn't planned, or it was planned, but it wasn't announced the day before. I had to not call out, but Stealth on Twitter started bitching about like, oh, I really wish they would have gave us an advanced time, time to prepare. I'm like,
it's not about you.
He's like, I missed out, and I was like, bro, you didn't miss out. There's a VOD after. And then he commented something, and then. Or I don't think he commented again, and then someone commented, and I was like, no, he didn't miss out. He just missed the opportunity to tweet as it was happening, so he missed out on making money. That's what he missed out on.
It's like, bro, this announcement isn't.
It's not about you. They don't give a shit about you making money. They are going to announce it when they want to announce it, and yeah, I think it's really cool. I know a lot of people again were complaining about the visuals, like Star Fox looked a little uncanny and stuff like that. If you go back and look at like the original box art for Star Fox, this is how they look in that original box art. Dragon Quest VII did that as well. The reimagining that just came out a couple months ago. If you go back and look at the original box art, those are the same characters. They just made them, in 3D or whatever.
Fully realized.
Yeah, fully realized. Like that was the original vision, and they just couldn't do that type of thing. With the 2D pixels back then. So I think that stuff is really, really cool. Would it have been cool if they went with like the design from the movie? I think that also would have been cool as well, but I don't know. I think it looks fine to me.
This is kind of a graphical showcase for Switch 2. It looks gorgeous. It looks incredible. I mean, this might be one of the best looking games on Switch 2.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, so I'm impressed. I think the characters look great.
Yeah, I do too. I had no issues, and it wasn't until I think I went back and watched like Kind of Funny's reaction, and they were just all dogging on it. I'm like, why? Like it looks great. Like what are we doing?
So, I guess let's talk about the elephant in the room. This being effectively a remake of. I mean, it is a remake of Star Fox 64, which has already had a remaster and a reimagine.
Yeah, they seemingly cannot get away from 64, and it begs the question of like, do you not have any other ideas with Star Fox, and we're just kind of rehashing the same stuff? So,
I think there's a good reason for that, and part of that is sales numbers, where Star Fox 64 is the highest selling Star Fox game at 4 million. The original Star Fox is like 2.9, and then after that, like nothing really comes close. Yeah. So it is the series sales wise has been trailing downwards ever since 64 came out.
Yes,
every game has essentially sold worse than the last one, with the exception of Star Fox 3D, 64 3D on the 3DS.
Yeah, so I've got the list here. It's Star Fox, the original, 2.99 million. Star Fox 64 is around 4 million. Star Fox Adventures, the GameCube game, 1.82 million. And then Star Fox 64 3D is 1.07. And then Star Fox Assault, under $1 million. Star Fox Command, Star Fox Zero, all under $1 million. All are the last two under 500,000. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So
they have 5 million total in sales.
Oh, but for 64.
Wait, hold on. Never mind. Go ahead. Keep going.
So like sales have been trending downwards, right? And they haven't had a new Star Fox game in 10 years since Zero, and that one flopped pretty hard on the Wii U, and it was a reimagining. So, like, where do you go from here other than trying to recapture the magic of Star Fox, that being with Star Fox 64, and then if this game does well, and I'm assuming it will do relatively well based off of the price and
yes,
and the nostalgia and the look of it, then you go in with a new entry.
Yep.
That is of a similar art style to this remake.
Yep.
Maybe fleshes out some of the ideas, maybe add some new gameplay elements, but kind of stick to what.
This is Nintendo's last ditch effort to make Star Fox relevant again. If this game doesn't sell, if it doesn't do, I don't know, a few million, I don't think we'll ever see anything Star Fox again, or at least in games. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe never say never. I mean, look at Metro Prime. Like that series should have died a long time ago.
I mean, it might be dead now.
It might be dead now. But that they still keep bringing that one back, and I think the 2D Metroids, I think they sell well enough that we don't have to worry about those. But they keep, that's what Nintendo does. They keep trying with these IPs, and I think while people are right to be upset that this is another 64 rehash, as someone who's never really played it, I'm excited to get in for the first time and enjoy it for what it is. Yeah, and then like you said, this could be the start of Star Fox. We finally get Star Fox 2, right? and then whatever. So I think it's cool. I think it's smart for Nintendo to do that. I think they could have they could have just done a new one and it would have been just fine. Because I think Star Fox is on more people's radars right now because of the movie. But
yeah, exactly.
So I think that if they really wanted to, they could have done something original. But I think they're just wanting to play it a little bit safe with this franchise. Hopefully that it sells well, and then it kicks off, years of Star Fox stuff.
Right, like they're coming off of the back of the Mario movie, which had Fox McCloud, and then you price it aggressively, which they are $50 digital.
Yep.
And effectively $50 physical.
Yeah.
If you buy from Amazon or Walmart.
Which I'm loving that they're doing that.
Like, that's so awesome. And then, in addition to just being a remake, in addition to being a remake, this game has other additions like the challenge modes.
Yeah.
The
multiplayer is in there. Was that in 64?
There was a versus mode, but I don't think it was the same as what this is.
Yeah.
So they have multiplayer. That they definitely didn't have online.
Yeah.
Whereas this one has online.
And the multiplayer seems like it's pretty bare bones.
Bare bones, yeah.
But maybe they'll announce more stuff about that and more stuff about the game closer to launch, which is next month, which is insane. But
I know, yeah. And that's the other thing. Like, it comes out so soon.
Yeah. June 25th is when it comes out.
And then they've added additional cutscenes. They've added that prologue with
James
McCloud. And who knows, that could be playable. There might be a playable portion there. So I think there's a little bit more to this game than what they've shown.
Yeah.
But even based off of what they've shown, there is still improvements and additions to the original Star Fox 64. So
yeah. I'm excited. I'm very excited. And look, I know we were kind of talking junk about Nate the Hay, not necessarily him itself, but we're just the league culture in general. Now that this is official, Ocarina of Time remake is more real and more real every single day, which makes me extremely happy.
I'm scared, man.
But also, I don't also want it to be a 1-for-1 remake either, and just have better graphics.
I want them to flesh.
I want them to flesh it out. Have more stuff to do, more side quests.
I don't even think you need more stuff in the towns and in the dungeons. I think it's just Hyrule Field.
Yeah,
and maybe you have a better take than I do because you played it more recently. But
yeah,
from what I remember, Hyrule Field was the empty part, and then there were pretty good side quests.
Yeah, there are. I mean,
a handful.
Yeah, a handful.
Like the Skulltulas and the big Goron sword.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all the bottles and stuff like that.
Yeah, bottles.
And yeah, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe throw in some other. Maybe throw in some other stuff. Make the towns more feel like they're more lived in. Yeah, Hyrule feel definitely like back in the day, like when back on the N64 for the first time getting out there, it's awesome. But now as an adult gamer, like I'm like, yeah, this is pretty bare bones out here. So yeah, make it. I don't know what they would do. I don't know, add more foliage or I don't know, add a couple of like mini towns or something that don't require to like load into or something like that. I don't know exactly how they would do that. And just more enemy variety. I think there's only a couple of it. Like they have the flying, like
the keys,
whatever. Well, yeah, they have the keys, and then they have like the
We're talking about in Hyrule Field.
Yeah, in Hyrule Field, and they have like that flying blade monster, which I don't think I've ever killed. No, I think you can use a hook shot to kill it. And then at nighttime they have like the skeletons that come out. So yeah, maybe throw in some more enemy variety. Maybe make some more verticality in a Hyrule Field, potentially. Yeah.
Would you want Castletown to still be a static image?
No. I want it to be like a fleshed out like town as well. That would be hilarious though.
I don't know why they did like. They could have done a town.
I mean,
like load into it.
Yeah, I mean, they could have. I mean, like Kakariko Village and
Goron.
Yeah, like those are all stuff that you could explore. Yeah, for whatever reason, that one it just made it a
maybe I guess it was a stylistic choice.
Yeah, and it's there's not much going on. Like it's so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe flesh that out a little bit more. I think that would be really cool. I was getting ready to say something, but I lost it. And then I have to bring it up because I think you had tweeted out about it, but what's his name? What's the Spanish YouTuber guy? Attack the Backlog, and not him specifically, but
Nash
Weedle was talking about like the game being split up in 2 parts and like kids.
So that was that was like incorrect reporting by outlets. And this was based off of
and I know that this was like what he was thinking. Like I know this is not like what he was implying. That was But when you tell yourself that you are a leaker, and then you go on a podcast and then you start talking about
ideating.
Yeah, you start giving your opinion on or how you would want the game to be or whatever. Like people are going to misconstrue that information. So like you just if you want to do that, do that elsewhere. Don't do that. Like just if you're gonna make your shtick about being a leaker, that's wrong 95% of the time. Don't just talk nonsense into the airwaves because people are gonna get pissed off. They're gonna like people did misconstrue it and believe it as that's a rumor. Yeah, just stop doing that stuff. It's so annoying. God,
man, you're out for blood today.
I'm heated, man. I'm heated. I'm so heated.
Heated. No, I agree. I mean, also functionally, that would not work.
Yeah, because you're constantly going back and forth. So yeah,
how bullshit would that be if you like?
Because you can literally like once you. No, I think you have to beat the Forest Temple and then you can revert back to a kid again, or maybe you could do it immediately. I can't quite remember. Yeah, that would be bullshit. Like if Nintendo pulled that off, that would be utter bullshit. Like that would piss me off. It's not long, unless they do something crazy like remake. I know that was he was also talking about too in comparison. But if they made a way for the kid portion and I don't know, threw in a ton more side quests and maybe
add in more dungeons.
But they would have to do a direct for it and explain exactly why it's being split up because people are already gonna be pissed off. And, and people were mad about the Final Fantasy thing. But now playing remake and then playing this, I was like, no, this is like a full on game by itself. Like I'm totally okay with them splitting it up, but. Yeah, they would have to do some extra work, I think, to justify splitting up. I hope they don't, but if they did.
Yeah, I mean, it would likely lead to more gameplay hours, but I don't want them to do it, even if that would be the case. I would rather them just not do it one for one, like we talked about, but make improvements where improvements need to be made.
Yeah.
Not split it out just because you can.
Yeah. Make the combat system better. Like, just make that.
Just make it more modern.
Yeah, just make it more modern. Like, give us like maybe a proper jump.
Yeah.
Like it is in Tears and Breath.
Tears and Breath.
I don't know. Maybe there's more items there. I don't know. Got to bring back the items though. No, there can't be. Yeah. No more degradation. We don't want that.
No more degradation.
We don't want that at all.
And please do not use the same inventory selection system as Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where you're just scrolling.
Just use Ocarina of Times. I love that inventory system.
Yeah, if they ruin the sauce of that pause screen, or like the inventory screen, I'm gonna be pretty sad.
Yeah,
like if they.
I don't think they would, but yeah, that screen is so like nostalgic and so like,
yeah.
I don't want to say perfect, but man, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's slow, like having to go in there and highlight your items and equip them, and then
I mean, I think you just treat it like
back out and save.
Yeah, where you can map more items to your face buttons.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, because 3DS solved most of the issues with 64.
It did, yeah.
Anyways,
yeah, Star Fox, we're excited about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Nick, the favorite time of the year.
There you go. Okay,
Nintendo financials.
Break
it down.
I have this quarter, or I guess this year, and I have last quarter pulled up so I can compare them.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so let's start at hardware. So Switch 2 is at 19.86 million units, which is above their revised forecast of 19 million. They started at 15, increased it to 19, and they surpassed it. That's compared to 17.37 as of the previous quarter, so they sold another 2.5-ish million units. I'm assuming most of that was in March with Pocopia. Yeah. It sounded like January and February was a bit slower. Let's see, software is at 48.71 million units compared to 37.9 last quarter. So another 11 million units in a couple months. So pretty good. And then Switch 1 is at 155.4 million units. So they're doing great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the top sellers. Mario Kart World, 14.7. So it sold another 700K units.
It's crazy.
Legend ZA on Switch 2, 3.94 compared to 3.89 previously. So it sold another 7,000. Not great.
Yeah, that's not great.
And then Bonanza 4.52 versus 4.25, so it sold another 250,000. So pretty good for Bonanza. I bet it'll be at 5 to 6 by the end of the year.
I think so. I think they'll probably see a bump here the next month or so. Just with the price increase, but we'll talk about that.
Yep. And then Fire Red and Leaf Green sold over 4 million units. Pocopia has a global cumulative sell-through of over 4 million units in 5 weeks.
It's crazy.
Which is really good.
It's good.
Yeah. Tomodachi Life, global cumulative sell-through 3.8 million after 2 weeks.
That's insane.
Yeah, that game's a juggernaut. And then let's see other software. Kirby Air Riders is at 1.87. Hasn't really moved much. And then notably, I guess 2 notable things. Well, one less notable. No Xenoblade. So Xenoblade Chronicles X did not cross the beautiful 1 million.
Nope.
Sadly. The more notable absence here is Mario Tennis Fever, which did not crack 1 million.
Yep.
I think this was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yep.
Nintendo realized they definitely can't sell a Mario sports game at 70.
No,
but they can't price these. I don't want to say content light, but
they just got to read the room with this stuff. Like you just, we know that these, like, we just because they're content light or, you know, whatever, like, it doesn't make them a bad game by any means, but like you just gotta, and we've been talking about this for a long time. Like, I don't think Mario Tennis Aces, and I don't think any of the sports games should be full priced. You know, I think they should be at $40 to $50. Like, they should be a budget friendly price for what they are, because these games never get any sort of DLC. Like, they're just kind of packaged as is. You know, there might be occasional content stuff maybe, but usually not with the sports games. So yeah, I think, I mean, again, we talked about it last week with just these companies making more pricing decisions based on what they have. And do you launch a game at 70 like Saros and then come in, or should you launch it at 50 so it looks like a budget title or budget friendly for consumers, and then more people are willing to give it a chance, versus 70 for a game that, you know, a new IP essentially. But yeah, going back to Nintendo, yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I think they're trending in the right way for price wise, realizing that they cannot sell everything at 70, which is good, a good thing.
The other notable absence was Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, we know it's cracked 1 million between the two versions, but neither one has cracked 1 million, which is not a good sign.
It's not good. I think
Prime is done.
I think Prime's done. I think 2D is in a really good spot with Dread having sold 3 million.
Yeah,
but something about Prime. I mean, Prime 4 just didn't review well, and didn't.
And then we're going to get to that point where what do they price the next Metroid at? Because Hollow Knight Silksong has come and gone, and that was priced at $20. And
I think it'll be 50 digital.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they have to price that game. Cannot be priced at 70.
No.
If they wanted to sell, even though it's probably gonna be amazing, like Dread was. But you know, I know people already were bitching about the price at 60 when that game first launched.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think 50 digital, I think is a good spot.
Right. And like, I have a feeling like even with Star Fox, people are going to bitch about the price because it's effectively a 2-hour game, maybe longer with all the cutscenes and the prologue now. But I mean, what, max a 4-hour game, and obviously there's a lot of replayability there, but
yeah,
there is going to be that conversation, and it's inevitable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of those tough things, because like people that originally played it know how long it is, and people are jumping in for their first time. They're like, "What the hell? I beat it in 3 hours." Well, you know, most Resident Evil games are 5, 6, 7 hours, 8 hours. You know, they're not super long games,
but they're
but the replayability is one of the best out there. So you have to look at it that way. Like,
right.
It's not a one and done thing, and it has multiplayer, and we don't know how deep that multiplayer is going to be. Are they going to have like leaderboards and mission? Like, there could be more to the stuff that we know, but yeah, I mean, just like any other Nintendo game, the pricing is always a conversation for anything,
right?
Unfortunately.
The other thing of note is that Switch 2 is getting a price increase.
Yes.
In Japan, it's getting one
like next week, maybe.
Yeah, like next week, like really soon,
super soon.
And then America, in North America, is getting one September 1st.
Yep.
And that's a $50 price increase, so increasing to $500.
Yeah. So
I mean,
it's a lot of time before that price increase.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I would say if you're on the edge, even if there's not something that's like a killer app for you right now, just pick it up. That way you have it.
Yeah.
We don't know next year. It could have another. I mean, we just don't know. I mean, PlayStation had 2 last year. Xbox had them. You know, at least Nintendo is giving you time to make that financial decision to drop 450 or 500 before the actual price increase happens. Because with PlayStation, Xbox, it was like the next day or that day or something.
It's like the next day, and there's like nothing surrounding the price increase that would incentivize people to buy it. Like there's no big first party Sony game coming out or first party Xbox. At least with Nintendo, it's like
we got some stuff coming out.
New console, and by September there will be
Fire Emblem, maybe.
Like, well, that and like the holiday slate will be announced, so like, we'll know if there's a 3D Zelda or a Zelda remake or something else that's big. But
it's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, we knew it was coming; it was inevitable, you know.
Yeah,
but they're you know, like we mentioned, they're getting ahead of it with essentially decreasing their prices of games. What do you think the next? I mean, now that we've seen. Do you think Fire Emblem will be a $70 game, or do you think that franchise is not big enough sales wise to warrant that? And do you think they will do 50 to 60, or do you think it'll be a 60 digital and then 70 physical?
I think it'll be 60 digital.
Okay,
kind of like Yoshi.
Yeah,
I think Fire Emblem as a series is a tier above Star Fox.
Yeah.
And then Splatoon Raiders is kind of weird because that one is a spinoff, so it's hard to benchmark that against other like mainstay franchises. But I think this falls.
Splatoon has sold so well that it's like,
yeah.
But even then, with that, like they didn't price that at 70, so
yeah. But it still seems like a pretty deep game. Like there's a whole underground portion, and it sounds like there's dungeons too.
Yeah.
So
sounds cool. I'm excited to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Fire Emblem will be 60, 70. I think they have like a good core audience that will pick up.
These games are like they put out long, like they're
right, and they're pretty content heavy. So yeah,
I don't think anybody complained about Three Houses being 60 like that.
No,
that wasn't a thing back then.
No, same for Engage.
Yeah, sucks, but I mean, at least like I said, at least there's you're essentially have 4 months to prepare and save up and whatever you got to do. But yeah, I would say if you're on the fence or you're gonna wait, just go ahead and get it if you can.
Just get it.
That way you have it, and then you don't have to worry about it. Like I said, if there's not that game that's enticing you to play, there's going to be games in the future for sure. So
Pokemon's
go ahead and get it. Yeah.
A 3D Mario is going to come out within the next couple of years. There's probably going to be a new Smash, probably a new Animal Crossing, although we've gotten 1,000 cozy games this spring.
Yeah.
So.
And then next year, like I have a feeling that whenever Pokemon launches next year, I think it's going to launch alongside a Switch Lite. Because I think like they apologize that they had to increase the price. I think it's probably killing them that they had to, because they still want to be the budget friendly console, even though it's more expensive than what the Switch one was. But
yeah,
I think if they can launch with a Switch Lite and maybe do like digital only, like maybe they start playing around with that a little bit, and then they can bring the price down to like 400 or 375 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then have like that. It's not meant to be for everyone. Like it's not, you don't have to have a second Switch, but for those that are diehard Pokemon fans and want to get in, like that's a way to bring people over from the Switch one. Like Pokemon's already going to bring people over, but if you have a cheaper option, people are going to flock to that. And if you do like a special edition or something like that, I mean,
even like a dockless Switch. I don't know if you said that, but
a Switch Lite.
Like just a Switch just doesn't have a dock. Like the controller still detached.
Oh, like don't include it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like knock like $100 off.
Yeah. I mean, those things are like $120, I think. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could be. But that's when you would start getting families that have kids and they're like I'm not going to buy Kellen a $500 Switch 2 right now. That's insane. But if it was $400, and without the dock,
you don't need like 4 docks in your house.
Yeah. So Yeah, I think we'll start maybe, I don't know. I mean, they never did that with Switch 1, but there was no need to. It was 350, 300, 200 for the Switch Lite, so they never really needed to do with that because the pricing was already pretty fair. But yeah, maybe we see that. That could be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think Nintendo right now has a pretty enticing lineup. Like, I am probably the most excited for their summer lineup than I have been in a long time.
Oh, for sure.
Like between Fire Emblem, Splatoon, and Star Fox, like that's a banger lineup for summer.
Usually it's pretty like light.
Yeah.
In the summer, or there's just not something compelling to play for Nintendo.
Especially not in all 3 months. Like
yeah.
Well, I'm assuming here that Fire Emblem comes out in August.
Yeah.
But it could be September.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for what I mean. Yeah, the price increase sucks, but
just get in, get it.
Yeah, just get in. Nick, you want to read the next one?
Yeah. So Sony put out their financials. I did not read them in detail, but they did mark another impairment loss on Bungie. This one was like 550 million on top of their other impairment loss of like 170, 180. So in total, around like 800 million, 750 million to 800 million written off for Bungie, and that basically just means that they don't expect to get any value. Like, they're essentially losing value on the investment that they made, and they're saying there's no way we recoup this value.
No.
And that's off the back of Destiny 2 not performing as well, and then obviously Marathon just launched and
not doing as
it did not gain traction and didn't really start off on a good note either.
Yeah. So they definitely over. I mean, even when they bought Bungie at like $3 billion, I was like, man, that
seems high.
That seems really high for what they are. And they probably sold it as like, okay, we've got this, this extraction shooter Marathon in development that's going to come out, and
they're going to consult on other live service games.
Yeah, it's going to do. Yeah, and they were going to consult on other. That was their promise, and I think they did a bit.
Like they consulted on Last of Us.
Yeah, and said it wasn't.
That wasn't good.
Which I would prefer to play a Last of Us extraction shooter than Marathon. Like I might have actually jumped into something like that for $40 compared to Marathon. Even though like everything I've seen about Marathon, it seems like a really cool game, but yeah, I mean, we mentioned it before the show, but I don't see Bungie being around in the next couple of years. I could see them being shut down.
Yeah,
like they're probably gonna let people go. And then it's just gonna be like, I don't know, a very small team, and then what do you do with that? Like, what's the content? How are they going to make content for Marathon and Destiny without a full team? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where they go. This just represents the PS5 generation so well, with how much they fumbled live service.
Yeah, it's going to go down, I think, as their worst generation.
Yeah,
by far.
I mean,
in comparison to even the PS3. The PS3 started out rough because they overpriced their console. They were very uppity about their product and what they had. And 360, I think, launched before the PS5 or the PS3 as well. So they had a year head start, and then the PS3 launched, and it was more expensive. And eventually, that kind of evened itself out once they started getting the BioShocks and the Dead Spaces and Call of Duty and stuff like that. So, but
like, yeah, with the exclusives, like I feel like Nintendo has had more exclusives in their first year of the Switch 2 than the PS5 has had in its entire lifespan.
They definitely have. Like it's. I know we joke about that all the time, but it's got to be pretty like relatively close, because like I don't know. It's not good.
Yeah, not looking at cross generation games like God of War Ragnarok, like
like Spider-Man 2, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2,
Returnal,
Ratchet
and Clank Rift Apart,
Ratchet and Clank, Demon Souls, That's 6. What else have they had? Astrobot.
Damn.
It's not good that I can't. That if there's more, then I can't think of them. 7.
There's no way it's just 7. Oh, they had like Destruction All Stars. Oh, Concord.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it up and then I'm gonna bring it back. So 7.
And then I guess Marathon. Well, no, Marathon was
yeah, that's everything. Helldivers, but that was on PC and came to Xbox.
Yeah. Damn.
It's not good.
And Nintendo has what? The Mario Kart World, Bonanza, Hyrule Warriors, Kirby Air Riders, Pocopia, Yoshi.
Yoshi's coming, yeah.
And Star Fox.
Star Fox is coming. We know Fire Emblem's coming. So that's 8 right there. Like, not, yeah. It's not good.
No.
That's not good. Yeah. It's
not a good look.
and it's not good on Xbox either. Like Xbox has had definitely its worst generation as far as management goes, and losing their identity and maybe finding it again. Like I don't know. We'll see. I'm more excited right now for Xbox than I am PlayStation. I will say that.
Yeah.
And that's not a console war thing at all. I'm just what their lineup is right now. Gears, Fable, Forza, I think is next week or this week. I'm just more excited right now.
And so yeah, Sony PS5 just has Wolverine.
I am excited for Wolverine that comes out this year.
And then Intergalactic, which comes out in 2030.
That's a PS6 launch title. Or a beta cross-gen game. I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think about it that way.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, they announced that they are officially done supporting the Xbox One and PS4, which kind of goes back to what we were just talking about in our point, is that this generation just has not been what we were kind of promised, and the fact that they're still supporting, and they're not the only ones, but yeah, so they're finally done supporting Xbox One and PS4. So this year's Call of Duty will be the true next gen Call of Duty.
See,
that's insane.
I need to go. I need to dog on one more person real quick. And this guy, Christopher Dring at the Game Business.
Oh,
he's like, it seems like he has a vendetta against Nintendo.
Of course.
But his current stance is Nintendo should consider rethinking their exclusivity strategy on Switch 2, as in they should bring Switch 2 games to the Switch 1 and continue to support the Switch 1 further into its life cycle.
And has he ever said anything about any other console generation of like?
No.
It's like, how on earth does that statement even like get articulated? And then he was like, this sounds good, and then hits the button to send it out. Like
you know what would really fuel people to go buy a Switch 2? Let's take all the Switch 2 games and put them on the Switch 1.
And people off. And they're gonna run worse.
Yeah, let's open the floodgate and dangle this carrot where every time a Switch 2 game comes out, someone will say, well, I'll just wait. I'll wait. It's gonna come to the Switch 1. Just like PC players do with PS5 games. I'll wait.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. It's like the most like asinine thing that somebody can like. And again, like going what we were talking about before, like I don't believe that that's his actual opinion. I think
I think it is.
You think that's his actual like stupidity opinion?
No, I think that's his actual opinion. Like he owns the gaming website or gaming gaming news website, Game Business.
Yeah. That makes absolutely no sense. Then they should have just delayed the Switch too. If that's like, why would you waste millions of dollars in R&D and then go through this whole process of releasing a product, marketing, and then May of the next year? So it hasn't even been a year that this thing has been out. Guys, actually, don't worry about buying any more Switch 2s right now, because everything's going to come to the original Switch. You guys are good. We don't want your sales.
Or announcing more new games for the Switch 1.
Yeah.
You got to draw the line.
Yeah.
And that's what...
Which, I mean, I think they'll probably announce a couple more Switch 1 games for some of the lower, like if they have any more like 2D Marios, I'm sure that'll come to Switch 1. Like,
no, I think everything's going to be Switch 2.
You think it's Switch 2?
After
they're done?
Rhythm Heaven, I think that's the last one.
Which one?
Rhythm Heaven.
Okay. I mean, I would prefer. I mean, that makes total sense. But I mean, again, like looking at the heart, like they're still the fastest selling console of all time. They're outpacing the original Switch, and they didn't have Breath of the Wild or a Zelda game or Mario in the first year to skyrocket those sales. So with that, without those games, a more expensive system, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's like their B tier lineup,
yes,
so to speak.
Yeah, crazy, and people still have these moronic opinions. And I'm not even like a business analyst, and I could already tell you that that's not the correct opinion to have.
It's a short-term solution to what would be a larger problem. Like, yes, you generate more revenue from selling your games on the system with the bigger install base,
right?
But then you lose out on.
But I'm still questioning like why he would even state that, because they're doing good, right? Like they're still selling units.
Well,
yes,
I think
they have retracted like their sales like forecast for the rest of the year or this quarter because of the price increase and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's their forecast for this next year is lower than what it was for the current year by 3 million.
Yeah.
And they're saying that a lot of their console sales were front loaded. And they still expect to pace beyond the Switch 1 after the 1 and 2 year period.
Yeah.
But
well, and so I mean, but they're already starting to counteract their price increase with lowering the prices of some of their not lesser games, but like
lower tier
games,
but like
the Marios and the Zeldas of the world. Those will be $70. But so they're already making steps to counteract this price increase that they have to do. So I don't know. That's
no. Sony and Xbox are doing great. They should be the shining example of how to run.
Yeah, PlayStation sales are way down over last year, and of course they are because they had the big price increase. Haven't really had like a system seller game. Like, Saros isn't going to do that. I'm sorry.
Not even Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then we already talked about Resident Evil DLC that launched. Nick, any final thoughts, points? Anybody else that we didn't go after today on this beautiful podcast? Man,
should we go after OJ for something? I think we've hit everybody.
I will say I did message, or not message. I responded to Nintendo Prime because he keeps quote tweeting this Nintendo guy that is like the grifter he's like the king of grifters, and he keeps quote tweeting him. And I'm like, dude, you've got to stop. All you're doing is just giving him attention, and you're giving him revenue because he's making money off of these posts, I assume. So you just stop. If you're going to talk about him, just say, hey, just stop mentioning his channel and his stuff at all.
Yeah.
It just brings him more attention, and that's what he's after. Like, just stop doing it. It's annoying.
What did he retweet?
He had said something stupid.
Oh, okay.
And then he just quote tweeted him and basically responded within like a quote tweet.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just stop doing that. Like you're just feeding into what he's wanting, and he's not real. His opinions are not actually real. It's just grift.
Just grift. So. Oh boy. All right. Good stuff.
Any what's coming out this week? Is it let's see. Forza Horizon, that's next week.
Oh yeah, it's next week.
It's May 19th. And then the following week is 007. Mm-hmm. We didn't talk about it, but Mina the Hollower is got a release date.
End of this month.
Yeah, May 29th. That's awesome.
Cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones on Switch 2. Subnautica 2.
I'm curious to see how that reviews.
I bet it'll review pretty well.
Yeah. Because I wonder if they got it to, was it 60 on Xbox?
Yes.
I think it was.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it'll be 30.
I'm sure it will be. Or like 40 maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. This is your time to shine in Fantasy Critic. You've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row. My next game is not until Trails.
Jesus.
That's in September.
Yeah, this is my time.
But right now I'm sitting at 70. You're sitting at a 26. So you got some catching up to do. But like I said, you've got a lot of games that could potentially.
Yeah, I've got Forza
really well.
007, Mina the Hollower, Adventures of Elliot, Splatoon Raiders. Oh, should I make a bid on Star Fox, or did you already get it?
I attempted to make a bid on Star Fox, but when I pulled it up, it said like, okay, they did change it. Okay, because like the title was like next mainline Star Fox game, and I was worried if I would try to pick that up, that would not be the case, because it's not like, I mean, it is mainline but it's like a remake, so I wasn't sure what category that would end up falling into. But no, I there's been no bids on that yet. But Star Wars got me a lot. It got me 17 points, so I'll give you credit for that.
Hey, good for you.
All right, guys. Well, I think that is going to wrap up the show. We'll be back next week. If you guys ever want to tune in live with us, we start streaming about 8:45 every Monday over on Twitch and YouTube. All the links and stuff are in the description below. Review us on your favorite podcasting platform of choice. That would be greatly appreciated. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.